It's our Coca-Cola Conversations. Former Alabama quarterback AJ McCarron with us now, just off the course, and he was just recounting his round.
Yeah.
Good start. Couldn't sustain it in the middle right there. Is that the tough part?
Well, no, I had a horrible start.
Horrible start.
Yeah.
Recovered
then,
in the middle.
Yeah.
Shitty start, right?
Yeah, shitty start, exactly. And then played well middle to the end. So it turned out well.
Yeah, I've never been like those guys after the rounds on the golf where they do the interviews.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at number 14, what you did there.
Yeah, I needed that. I had a hell of a shot on, I think, 9's camera hole, TV hole.
Yeah, that's right.
I was about 134 out and stuck it to an inch away, so I had a tap-in birdie, so that was sweet.
I assume you're one of those, I mean, you're a quarterback, and quarterbacks are typically really good golfers, so you're probably good enough when you have a bad round it is really frustrating, right?
Yeah, I'd say so. I did not play as well today, but I guess my bad is not as bad as some of my buddies, so that's always good.
You're so much in the media now. I see you everywhere, like with McCready and Siskey. You're on my social media feed all the time. How much are you enjoying this part of it now? And this chapter of your life, how much are you enjoying life?
Yeah, I love it a ton, to be honest with you. So we have a new podcast. I signed with Sinclair Productions, does Urban Meyer, Mark Ingram's podcast. And so it's myself, Chris Stewart, and Trent Richardson coming out next week. And so I'm excited. It's a different realm for me. Hard part is finding the happy medium, not to piss all Alabama fans off.
You used to give us hell. You used to give me hell all the time.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it's kind of funny just not loving to do media when I was playing, and then now you're in that world. And I've been in it a couple times doing ESPN and TNT and stuff like that. But the podcast is fun just because I get to be at home. They set everything up for me, and then I get to be around my kids. So I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, you're
fun.
one of us now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not exactly.
When you think back to your career at Alabama, is there a moment that might surprise us that stands out to you? I mean, you had a lot of great moments. I was talking about one earlier with an LSU fan, the 2012 screen pass to Yeldon at Tiger Stadium. Is there one that stands out that might surprise us, you think?
For me, it's the completion I got to my brother. So it was my last game at Bama. And I had been telling Saban, like, hey, I want him in. He had always rotated with the 2s, and we were up enough, and he said, all right. And Nuss let me call the play, and we had old North Nashville was a bootleg, and got to hit him on a slide coming back for 8 yards, and I can still, to this day, hear my mom screaming in the stands. So that was probably the most special moment for me.
I mean, I know it was in the course of the game, but did you feel yourself maybe choke up a little bit? What was the feeling? Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm always hard on my brother, so I was pissed that he didn't get more yards because there was only a corner out there, and he just tried to run him over, and he chopped him. So I think I got on to him more than anything. But it's such a special moment to be able to have that with my brother and be able to share it with our kids and everything's pretty cool.
So, we've been doing this a long time. I know Dunaway's interviewed you. I don't know if you have interviewed AJ.
I can't remember.
Jeff Puritan and Maxon back in the day blocked you. We didn't get to talk to you, so I've never asked you this. But I did find it. I think it was it the 2012 National Championship against Miami when Merceburger's on there. I see your beautiful wife with you.
Yeah.
And he was just having fun with it. Did you take that personal? Did she take it personal? I mean, it was amazing.
He had to apologize.
We're obviously in an ultra-sensitive society. That was even back before it.
Yeah.
But I was just blown away that people are criticizing one of the best to ever do it in Musburger, and all he's doing is complimenting your wife.
Yeah, I didn't see, or both of us didn't see anything wrong with it. I thought for his age, his eyes worked pretty well. So
that's a great.
I mean, I thought it was pretty good. It helped me pay for stuff because she got some deals off of it. So I kind of benefited off of it a little bit before NIL, I guess.
Yeah, that is true. You know what? I think I remember having you on one time because do you play the piano?
I did back in the day, yes.
Yep. I remember asking him about that. He's like, no, I play the piano. We're like, well, I mean, what do you not do?
Can you still play?
Quarterback at Alabama.
I haven't played in years. I used to play in church, and my grandfather and my dad and everybody got me into it. And hell, I get about as nervous playing the piano as I do out here. I mean, I play golf or piano in front of two people I've never seen before. I freak out. So but I haven't played in years.
Did you have a go-to in the church? Was there a hymn? You're like, I got this one nailed. Let me just play this one.
Yeah, whatever the priest told me, hey, this is what we're playing. So I kind of just stuck to that.
Are you pretty amazed, though, NIL? Because, Dunaway said this earlier today, and he was talking about, he was like, when McCarron got on the tee, he's bigger than everybody in his group, just talking about your height. And he was like, and Dunaway still believes, I think it's Bryce Young. He thinks the best quarterback in Alabama history is you, no offense. I mean,
yeah.
Just pure talent. But do you ever think back, like, damn, dude, I would have made like $2-3 million a year, and I could have, if I protect my money and I invest right, just a good, solid college career, I'm done.
No, 100%. And I mean, that's the biggest thing. Listen, I'm not a fan of college football right now. Like, I think it's a shit show with everything, and hopefully with Saban, getting co-chairman on that board helps bring some structure to it because they need it. But no, it hurts to think about it because I missed out on a lot of money from that sense. But I wish that the back pay didn't stop at 2016 and would have came back to 2013 or something.
Right.
Like,
he needs a good lawyer. You just call Shannara, and they'll get it back there for you.
It's funny though. Some of the controversy, the Musburger thing, but Saban popping you on the ass that time.
Yeah.
Is there a great? I'm sure there's a million of them. A great Saban story where he absolutely unleashed on you that nobody knows about. Or just a really interesting conversation that none of us have ever heard.
Shit, he never made a mistake.
Yeah,
Best quarterback he ever had.
Me and him, we never really got into it. I mean, that's about the only time. Now, we would get into it in practice because I would intentionally push his buttons and piss him off. Because, I mean, we were so close. Listen, me and Coach spent every Sunday from the time I was being recruited to the time I left. Every Sunday morning, me and him were in his office watching film together, going over the previous game, next game. So we had a different relationship than everybody else. Everybody knew that. Coaches would come to me and say, hey, what's Coach like today? Because they just knew I knew him so well. So I'd say the biggest thing was my freshman year probably. I came in, I had a really good summer, and I earned the second spot, the backup spot, and we go out for the first scrimmage in Bryant-Denny. I got family coming up, so I'm thinking, hell, I've been running with the twos, actually getting in sometimes with the ones just to throw me in there. And he calls the twos out, and he's like, you're staying back. And then he calls the threes out, and he's like, hey, you're staying back. I'm like, well, what the hell's going on? And then he calls the walk-ons on, and we're going against the 1D. First snap, Terrence Cody launches my center into me. For the rest of the day, I was pissed off. It went downhill. And we get back to the facility, and I go straight up to his office and said, hey, I need to talk to you. He closes the door, and I said, listen, you want me to show you what I can do? I've been showing you. I said, but you put me with walk-ons and kids, like, no disrespect to them. I was like, but I can't play with them, man. I'm going against the one defense. He let me go on, and at the end he said, you done? I said, yeah, I'm done. And he said, well, today we were testing your leadership skills, and you failed miserably. So I knew after that everything was just a mind game, and so I just had to play along.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That playoff game with the Bengals, I thought you played good enough to win that game.
Yeah.
Kick six, I thought you played good enough to win that game. I know it's a dumb question to people around here, but which one bothers you the most? Chance to win the playoff game or the kick six?
I'd say playoff game.
Yeah.
Kick six, I mean, I'd won, championships years in a row. The hard part about that one is not holding the field goal, the only one of my career. But
I joked on the first tee. If you'd been out there, I swear you'd have made the
yeah, somebody would have got hit, Gus or somebody on the sidelines at least. But the playoff game hurts because that would have been their first playoff win since 90 or 91, and I missed out on a lot of money. I would have gotten traded and gotten a new contract quick, and but that's part of it. It just wasn't in the cards. And listen, I had a great career, 11 years professionally, 9 in NFL. I can't complain. I'm healthy for the most part. My brain's good, and I have a healthy family, so I love life.
Well, we have Coca-Cola Conversations with Friends. We've got your own personal
that's
Coke.
sweet.
That, AJ.
I appreciate that.
That's right. You got your own personal Coca-Cola.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
thank
you don't find that often.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet right there.
AJ, thank you, man. Good to see you.
Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much.
Coca-Cola
Yep.
Conversation with former Alabama great AJ McCarron.